So, we are headed to Whitewash Sand-Dunes again today. So, I got my Lucky Charm Mike here.
Hey.
Seeing as how the last time we went out here we got stuck, and we were in the Record that has every ability to unstick itself. So today we are taking the Jeep with no option. Well, I mean we have a winch, and we have an amazing military shovel. So on a little side note, I did a teaser thing on Facebook the other day about the new rig we're gonna build, and that rig is a 6x. I'm gonna build a 6x6. I'm gonna build a 6x recovery rig for side-by-sides, or for whatever we decide to use it for. But I decided I'm gonna build it. We'll do a sneezer. We'll do a sneezer pick. We'll do a little teaser pick of the 6x that we're building. This and that. It would work really good in this instance. We could almost call this a heavy Record.
It'd be like a medium Record.
Yeah. We gotta compete with a heavy Record now.
Right. I mean,
anyway, so look forward to that. We're gonna do that build along with Robbie's AA. Anyway, so we're heading out to go get this Dodge pickup out of the sand. So here we go.
that's totally jumpable.
Right, oh yeah.
There it is, Whitewash. We have arrived.
I told Sean not to worry.
Yeah, why's that?
Or to be ready because he has the Dodge, the trailer, and the Record.
Oh yeah.
In case we need help. Oh, that's gonna go airborne.
Only the back.
Those new bump stops are awesome.
Dude, they're nice and soft. All right, here we are. She is well stuck. Looks like you guys tried digging a bit.
What's yes, we're using Yankee. Alrighty. Go ahead and go reverse. Straighten your wheels out just a little, right? No. Hang on. Hold the brake. Turn that way just a little. Okay, all right. Just as you come back, turn.
There it is.
Hey.
Sweet. Well, that wasn't so bad.
Thank you so much, Rob.
We're not going to be calling Sean to rescue us from the recovery. It's going to be because of poor decisions made afterwards. Looks like some trophy truck stuff here.
Well, luckily we just happen to have a trophy truck.
Yeah.
Truck of trophies. Alright, maybe we should quit with the trophy.
Maybe we can put them on the dash, like.
None of this looks like a good good idea.
No, so many bad ideas, all in pristine condition.
This is where we got him, isn't it? Right here.
Yeah, he was right there.
Yeah.
That's where we went and got one last week. Dropping in.
See? They're very carvy.
That's what you call a knife edge.
Yeah, and that's not a good thing.
They're very deceptive.
Yeah, those are the ones that get you in trouble. You were saying? Look doable?
I think so.
Look okayable?
Yeah, looks. Oh, wow. Dude, this is sweet. I think whitewash is my favorite. Oh, here's an obstacle for the Jeep. Woo!
So, just want to touch base on a couple things. The GPS debacle. GPS is a powerful piece of equipment. It's amazing. But however, there has to be some type of human interaction with that GPS. If you're heading to a place and you input the coordinates and you're heading out to a place, or it tells you to go somewhere, and you're driving down a paved road or even a dirt road, and then it tells you to turn here, and that turn is a tiny little trail, you should probably not go that way. A lot of people will adventure down that way. They'll start driving and then they'll go, well, I hope it doesn't get any worse. Then it gets worse. And then they go, well, that was bad for a minute. I bet it'll get better around the corner. It never gets better. Turn around and go back as soon as you can. Go back to the good road and push reroute on your GPS, or other options, or drive down the road and it'll reroute itself. I've heard this multiple times. I can't believe GPS told me to go this way. I can't believe it sent me here. That's the biggest thing, is you have to take some, what's the word, Mike?
Responsibility.
Oh, that, right. Yeah, you have to take some sort of responsibility. And I know in this day and age, that word is off limits. I know, I get it. So we're not supposed to say that it could be the person who got themselves into trouble, their fault. But it kind of is. There's so many places out here in this area, in the Moab area and around, that you don't have phone service. You don't have a way to call for help. You could end up stranded if you just go, oh, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. I'm only saying this because people do die out here. If I can reach out to anybody, if I can save one life in this little thing, then I'm fine with it. Check your GPS, use your GPS, but also put into that thought. Like, if you turn off of a good road down to a narrow little 2-track and it doesn't look right, and you're in a car, go back to the good road. Stay on the good road. Like I said, please come out here, enjoy this beautiful area that we have to enjoy. Have fun, but be smart. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you so much.
All right. Oh, yeah, look at this thing. Oh, yeah, this.
What you should never do.
Let's see, always wheel alone.
You should never wheel alone. Never do questionable obstacles while wheeling alone.
Blind obstacles.
Okay, So we teased our 6x6 creation. And of course, everybody automatically went to the military deuce and a half. I cannot express in words my hatred for anything military. And I don't mean military personnel, so don't take that wrong. I'm saying military equipment is not designed to go off-road. And I mean extreme off-road. I'm not talking about down a dirt road like most military stuff is designed to do. It is not designed to be off-road like we are. The Humvees and the 6x6s are amazing troop transports because that's what they're designed to do. So for the tour companies here in town that want to move a lot of people out on the trail and show them some stuff and bring them back in, they work great. This is my candidate for a 6-wheel drive. This is what I'm going to build. Usually when I build things, they're sentimental to me. This is my stepdad's truck that he has owned since it had 12,000 miles on it. He has owned it, I have owned it, my brother-in-law's owned it, and then back and forth, so it's been a family vehicle, and it is now sitting at 593,000 miles and it still runs great. So, here is my plan. Ta-da! Another axle. So, I'm gonna keep the wheelbase for the front 2 axles the same. The rear is gonna be stretched out. I have a spare truck sitting over there that's the same style. So I'm going to use the leaf springs off of the back of that truck to do a 4 leaf spring setup. Not a floating leaf spring like the 6x6s do. I want a different outcome. We're gonna cut this off, stretch the back of the frame out. Then the plan is to have an 11 to 12 foot flatbed on here that would work for hauling a side-by-side. So I can pull a side-by-side on here and not have to have the trailer. There's nothing wrong with the trailer. This is just merely additions to my fleet. This is exactly like the Blue Wrecker. If the trailer's busy and we need something else, we have an additional. That's kind of my thought process there. I have a very crazy plan for this using a custom dual transfer case setup. I've got it figured out in my mind. It's going to be set up to where I can operate each axle independently. No, I'm not doing rear steer. No, I will not do rear steer. Rear steer is a wonderful thing. However, it adds complexity. You have points of failure, you have hydraulic lines, you have all this stuff. Then you have U-joints, which with the axle U-joints, you have a fail point there. Usually any of the axle shafts that I've broken on TrailMater or anything like that are the front shafts where the U-joint is at the wheel. So then if you put that back here where you have so much weight hanging off the back end onto those steer tires, you have the possibility for another failure. I don't want that in what I do. I would rather make the vehicle have the ability to front dig, disconnect the rear axles and the rear lockers, and have it pivot around. I'm thinking I build the bed and I do a skeleton frame like the trailer is here to hold a side-by-side. I could do a pole system that folds into the bed, flips up, and we'd have a second wrecker, third wrecker, whatever wrecker. Anyway, just a thought. These are all thoughts I have, and why not? Now that leads us into my backyard of wonderful stuff. We have Robbie's wrecker. Everybody's asking about this. I like to gather up parts before I jump into a project. We're going to get to it as soon as recoveries and busy season slows down a little bit, so probably in the fall. No, it will not be ready for the Wrecker Olympics, but Robbie has not expressed to me that he wants to be in it. He wants to get the truck, learn it, and then eventually do something with it. But anyway, so we have a frame. This is a 2006 F350. So it has quite possibly one of the worst motors ever engineered and put together into the frame of a vehicle, the Triton V10. And don't you dare defend it, internet. I'm only speaking from experience because I used to drive one of these disappointing machines. And it left me on the side of the highway, therefore my hatred of them. Anyway, the wheelbase is actually pretty close already. Like, it's a little bit longer, but we need to open these wheel wells up to fit bigger tires. So the wheelbase is actually pretty close, pretty manageable. It does already have coil front suspension, which I think we're going to keep, but we're going to modify how it works so that it flexes a little better and rides a little smoother off-road. But of course, being me, we are keeping the leaf springs in the back. We may change them, upgrade them, throw airbags on here, change a little bit, but we are keeping leaf springs because it's kind of my signature thing. We'll of course cut the frame off, lose the fuel tank, do a lot of changes, but this is the basis of the frame. So that brings us to the actual wrecker. The cab and everything are definitely swapping over. This pole, this is actually a frame rail of an old car. This is so cool, there's no way I'm not using this. This is just super cool, little simple setup. So we're gonna swap all of this over onto here. Now that brings me to the drivetrain. But the biggest thing is keeping the look of the vehicle. And in order to keep the look of the vehicle, you need a smaller motor. We know straight 4 fits, so a V4 will fit. Or a V8, you know what I mean. Now, of course, then that goes into Ford versus Chevy versus this versus that. Okay, cool. I do not want to... Jake brakes, always the Jake brakes. I do not want to upset anybody, but I am most likely going with a small block V8, an old cast iron 350 Chevy V8 in here. I'm not doing it to upset Ford purists. I'm not doing it to spark controversy. That's just a bonus. Let's wander over here further into my pile of stuff. Ta-da! Chevy V8. This is out of the school bus we scrapped last year. It's in a video. This is a very capable motor. Yes, you can get more power out of an LS by doing little things and adding stuff and programming and blah, 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 blah. But this is just, this is the original old hot rod motor. You could do anything, you could put it in anything. They make adapters. You used to be able to buy parts at any liquor store. I mean, you could just get things everywhere for it. It's super versatile, it works great. They're strong little power plants. I love them. I don't care what name is on it, it just works. It adapts to everything. Everyone makes a transmission adapter, or the Turbo 400 is a great option, whatever. There's just so many options. Why would you not do it? So that's going to be easier to box up and compact and fit into that tiny little hood that we have over there that we're dealing with. I don't know if it's going to be this motor specifically. It might, just for the heck of it. We'll figure that out. Yes.
I think that pretty much covers a lot of it.
Yeah.
Okay, action.
Hang on, it's very important that I check my voicemail from my potential spam call.
Oh yeah, we need to know about your car's extended warranty.
It's the same as with news sources. You can listen to them or you can research it for yourself. It's the same thing. All right, Justin, cut that part out.
Edit.
But it's so much in life. Just because there's a voice telling you doesn't mean you have to listen to it.
Where's my helmet?
My little tinfoil hat on. They're talking to me again.